Hola, folks. How's it going? It's been a long time since I've streamed. I can't find my damn cell phone. I'm always misplacing shit. Does this happen to you guys, or does it just happen to retarded ass people like me? I'm losing everything. Absent-mindedly putting things down. I needed to check to see how the video quality is on YouTube first. Apparently, our internet has been fixed. There were some problems that we weren't aware of. And I'm looking and I'm not seeing any issues. So let me go back and yeah, the video had no issues either. I'm able to stream again. In case you were wondering, we were supposed to have fiber optic internet, and our speed was like maybe 18, 19 megabytes per second, or maybe that's megabits. I'm not technologically inclined. I don't speak the language, so correct me if I'm wrong if it's megabits or megabytes. Either way, I know what I'm talking about, but it was slow as shit. Now it's like up at 200. So our internet should be 10 times faster than it was because shitty internet service providers are not doing things correctly. And they're selling you internet that's not as fast as they say it is. And they always have some kind of magical reason to justify it. But that's not the point. The point of this stream, kind of, is to celebrate me getting new internet. But it's also to celebrate Otis Stein, #2, which is on Indiegogo. So I just kind of wanted to hop on here and have my little soapbox where I can talk about my book and stuff. I would kind of make the rounds on the streams, but a lot of these guys, not focusing on anyone in particular, but a lot of it's just drama and bullshit, and it's a lot more trouble. But you know, if you want to have me on and you're on the up and up, like I actually think you give a shit about comic books for starters, then yeah, I'm more than happy to come on and talk about comic books and talk about my comic book. But the other people, the grievant merchants, no, thank you. Don't even bother. I don't like you people. But I want to talk about Otis Stein #2. I showed something earlier, but these are the metal trading cards that we have. The backs are completely different. This is just a placeholder back. This is actually cover art that I'm holding on to a special edition, probably a special edition trade. But I'm just holding on to this art. So that's just a placeholder. I actually have custom art for the backs of these cards, but these are what I was offering on the Kickstarter. Can't see them all that well because the lighting kind of sucks in this room. Not a lot I can do about that. But like this is the back cover for issue #1. Which the pencils for this were done by Michael Leahyton. And then Carlos went back and inked and colored it as well, which is surprising because this version turned out looking drastically different than the original version that Michael Leahyton sent because Carlos, when he inked it, he went with more of his style rather than just tracing what Michael had done, which I thought was very interesting. And then I've got this one. This is the main cover art for issue 2 right here, which I wanted to do something different with the cover art because with issue 1, it just fell a bit flat, which let's see. I think I should have an issue 1 cover. Oh, that's the naked one. I can't show that. Okay. But this is basically the cover art, if I can hold it right. The cover art for issue 1. And it's really good art. It does convey the theme, but I feel like it doesn't really do anything to draw people in. On the other hand, this seems more inviting and engaging. There's a lot of characters on the front that have you asking questions. Where do these people come into play? The cop cars, there's an action going on with the cop cars. You're wondering, hey, what's the police going on? Why is the police involved in this? This cover gets you to ask a lot of questions that I would say make you want to open it up and answer them. Whereas this one just kind of has you asking, like, what am I looking at? What is this? What is going on? What kind of story is this cover trying to tell me? And I'm the one who designed these covers, so this isn't any fault of any artist. They are just following my directions, so that's all on me. But then I got this other great one. This is one of the variants that was done by Eric Kent, which this is a throwback to the old EC Comics, which I noticed as soon as I did one of these. I started to notice a lot of other people doing throwback horror cover variants. I'm not saying that they stole my idea. I just think it's kind of interesting. It made me start to question if maybe we all got the same idea from seeing the same thing, or has everybody always been doing these kinds of covers and I'm just not aware of it until I work on one myself? Or does everybody just happen to have the same idea at the same time? That does happen. But yeah, so I got that one. And then we've got this one, which is actually just the back cover art for issue 2, which I let Carlos go nuts on it. He designed it, came up with a concept and everything. I gave him complete free reign on the back cover. Figured he might like to stretch his legs a little bit. And then, of course, this is the Keith Garvey. This is a safe for work one. I've got one with no clothes, but we're not going to show that one on YouTube. And then I've got the Illustrator Monk. Still waiting on books and shit to come in. As far as that goes, I do have proofs of the metal covers, which these are like those, but a lot bigger. And it's actually a full-fledged comic book. Yeah, metal cover. This is the Illustrator Monk one. It looks a lot better in person because a lot of these colors come out more. And like I said, my lighting kind of sucks. But this is actually a legit comic book. This is just a proof. So I used unlettered artwork for it. I don't think this is anything I haven't shown before, but yeah, I let them put in an ad so I could get a discount on my proofs, even though this isn't going. But this is actually legit comic book, just metal cover. It's actually pretty nice, pretty cool. I wouldn't recommend getting one of these. I'm not even offering them on the Indiegogo, so. But I did offer them on the Kickstarter. I just wanted to see how they worked and how things go at first. I don't think I'm going to continue on with these. And if I do, they're going to be very, very limited quantities. I just don't. I know some people like them, but I just don't see it. It's hard. I wouldn't buy this to read. This is buying more just to collect it. If I were buying comics just to put them in a slab and get them graded or whatever, I would definitely go with one of these metal covers because these are a lot more rare. But honestly, I'm going to sell them because some people want them. But personally, I don't see the appeal. But if people want to give me money for them, then I'm more than happy to. I don't have to just sell things that I like. I need to sell things that other people like. Oh, that's the nudie one. But yeah, I've got proofs of all the covers here and the metal variants. I think next time I am going to just do very limited quantities of these and see what happens. So I've got those, and like I said, progress on issue 2 actually fulfilling is going good. We're running our Indiegogo right now. We successfully funded over $8,000 on Kickstarter. I don't remember the number right off the bat, but we are incredibly thankful for that. And I've got quite a few books to send out. It may not sound like a lot for other people who are, getting like 1,000 backers, but for me to be having to send out 215 copies of my book, that's a big deal for me. That's no doubt that's double of what I had on my first campaign, which makes me incredibly thankful. And I'm really hoping that most of these backers are just legitimate people who read the book and backed it to enjoy it. It wasn't no drama or dumb bullshit. Just buy my book because you want to read it. I've always said that. If you want to support me for my other endeavors, I'm sure I can give you my PayPal, and you can send me money to yell at people if you want. But as far as the comic goes, I'd like you to buy it only if you are actually interested in it. One of the things I've seen people complain about is like their friends not buying their books or whatever. They're your friends. They're not customers. They don't have to buy your fucking book. Stop being weird. I never understood that one. I got plenty of friends who don't buy my books. I don't give a shit. They think they're cool, but, they don't read comic books, or they don't like horror, or, maybe they just secretly hate me. I don't know, but it's their prerogative. But as far as Otis Stein #2 goes, I do want to clarify something. This is going to be a jumbled mess of a stream, just like my regular everyday mind. But when I say that only the variant covers will be available on my campaigns, there is a small little asterisk. There's a small little exception to that. When I'm running these campaigns and I'm getting the variant covers, I am going to order more than what I need, because I'm going to need extras to keep on hand in case somebody gets a damaged book and I can replace it. This doesn't include the Keith Garvey not safe for work ones. Those, if something happens to one of those, I'm sorry, you're shit out of luck. Like, I'll refund you, but I cannot print another book when I'm only issuing 100. That's it. I can't print more to make up for one that might be damaged. You get what you get, or you get a refund. But I don't expect to have that issue. I've never had any issues with the printer I'm using. What was I saying? I'm always going to print extras just in case, there's some people, maybe their mail gets lost. Whatever. I always need to keep extras. But I'm also going to keep a small stock for taking to cons with me. So when I say the variant covers won't be available online anymore, you might be able to still get one if you happen to attend a con that I am attending as well, and I happen to have a copy of that book still on hand to be sold. You might get one. But I'm not going to be ordering any more prints, period. That's it. I'm moving on to issue 3. I'm not going to be sitting here and ordering extra stock of issues. My goal is to work towards a trade. And then once I get a trade, I'm going to print the hell out of the trade, because, that's going to comprise issues 1 through 3, which should be 96 pages of story. The book will probably be like 120 pages long after we fill it in with extra goodies and stuff like artwork and stuff. But my goal is to get through these books, get through the campaign, offer something unique that you can only get through the campaigns, basically. And then after that, my goal is to take the retail cover and put it on Amazon and other print-on-demand sites, because I want to expand my reach. And that doesn't devalue your books either. The Amazon books, they're not the same size. They have cut content. I'm not including all the fan artwork and stuff like that in them. They're not first prints. They're not made with the same high quality paper and stuff where I actually select out everything. I'm like, I want this grade of paper inside. I want this grade of paper outside. Amazon books have nothing. The Amazon book is not for comic book collectors. This is for normal people who just might be happy to get into comic books, because I don't want to have a comic book out there and be on the, say, issue 7. Say I'm running a campaign for issue 7. I don't want somebody to discover my comic and have no way of getting a physical copy of the first issue. I don't like digital comics. I never have. And that was one of the things I always hated about the comic industry as a whole, was the fact that, like, say, for instance, I've been collecting Moon Knight. It's very difficult. Damn, my glasses fell. It's very difficult for me to get a copy of the first issue of or the first appearance of Moon Knight in is some werewolf book. I'm blanking on it. But anyways, it would have cost me a small fortune just to own the first appearance. And I'm not buying it as a collector. I'm buying it as a reader, somebody who actually wants to take the book, take it out, read it, probably on the toilet, and then put it away. And that's the person that the Amazon books are meant for. It's for the people who don't worship their books and put them in bags with boards. It's for the people who don't slab their shit. It's for the people who just want the entertainment. They're not really concerned with all the other fancy hoo-ha. And that, because I know I see some people kind of ragging on it. They're like, I would never let random people print up my work and yada yada. Still do your campaigns. You could still offer people a high quality product, but the Amazon thing is more just to tap into the market for normies. It's more just there for accessibility. It's not there as, that's not like your big investment. That's just, that's your side hustle is what it is. Look at it as your side hustle. It's not the main event. It's definitely not the main event, but I think a lot of other indie creators kind of forget about this one, but it's really important to have your works available. I know some other people are going to disagree and they're going to say something stupid like it devalues the work, but it doesn't. 100 of these without the close, only 100 will be printed. That's your value. Your value is your print run. It doesn't affect the value of this book to have my main cover on Amazon. It doesn't. The Amazon, it's not even a first print. And like I said, it lacks content. There's nothing there. But it is a cool thing to do. I've bought a couple of copies myself. I've sold some copies too, which is really convenient. And all of that has gone into Otis Stein number 2. It's gone into Otis Stein number 3. I've already spent all my profits on Otis Stein number 2. And I'm smiling like this because I didn't gamble it. I didn't do anything. I did the responsible thing, and I put all the money into the next book like you're supposed to. I know I'm probably going to piss people off by saying you're supposed to, but they can eat a dick. I don't care. If you want to sit there and argue against good business practices, then at least let me make you a medal for being the dumbest bag of shit on the planet. But that's about it. Like I said, everything's going good with Otis Stein number 2. I'm getting ready to have books printed. I should have enough printed to cover any purchases from Indiegogo, which the Indiegogo is doing pretty well, actually. I know people may not think that when they look at the campaign and see that I have only raised like $150. But I've already had my successful campaign. This is simply just for the people who only want to buy from Indiegogo. And that's exactly what I expected. There's not really a big market on Indiegogo, I find. Even when I ran my first campaign on there, it was incredibly difficult just to get 102 backers. I damn near killed myself jumping from stream to stream to stream while working a full-time job and being married. That shit was just fucking crazy. So if you're seeing my campaign, if you're not, this is my second campaign. So this one's basically just bonus money. Anything made here is just a bonus for me and Carlos. But I do encourage you, if you didn't pick up the Kickstarter, go check it out on Indiegogo. Same prices and everything, free domestic shipping in the United States. Sadly, international shipping starts at $35. I'm sorry, guys. I don't make the rules. I just got to pay the bills. Now, if you are overseas and you happen to be watching this and you've made it this far, do note that because I'm putting my books on Amazon, more often than not, my books are being carried by retailers localized to you. I know I have seen my book featured in a bookstore in Australia, not in the physical store, but they're selling it on their website because they have a deal with Amazon to get books from Amazon. So the really good news is if you guys don't want to pay $35 for shipping, that's fine. If you want to go check out and just wait for the Amazon versions to come out, you can get those books, not spend a small fortune for a tiny comic book, and you can be happy and I can be happy. And you can avoid paying outlandish shipping, and I can avoid having to go to the post office in person to ship international packages, which is another thing that I hate because it's so damn complicated. Because when you see an address for a foreign nation, nobody ever tells you how you're supposed to write it out, and they're always different. Yeah, fun times. But progress on issue 3 is also going really well. Let's see, maybe I can pull up a picture of some of our progress, because that's the main thing that this campaign was funding anyways. I've already paid to have issue 1 done. Our goal was to raise money for issue 2, and we did. Let's see. I want to see if I can find a good page for us. Those are naked pages. Those are for covers for issue 3 that I'm not going to show yet. So you guys don't deserve that yet. I mean, I could tease you, but they're all nude, and I haven't edited any censor bars or anything on it, and I don't want to lose my new YouTube just yet. I'll at least get one more video out there, and I can shake my dick. I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense now. I'm looking for another page, but I don't typically save them on my computer until I get the actual ones. So let me see if I can just pull it up here and then show y'all this way. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let me go back to StreamYard real quick, but you can't see it all that well, but you don't need to, because this is for issue 3. But see, we've got that page done. We're working on this one. And then we got this one. Really excited about that one. None of this is really spoilers, by the way. No, I'm very, very, very careful about spoilers. Don't ever worry. If you ever see what I'm showing off, you're like, "Oh shit, he's showing too much." Just know there's a lot that I'm holding back. I just do it in a very strategic way that makes you think like I'm showing too much, but I'm not. I just show off the first few pages, and then that's it. It's spoilers if you know the context, but it's not if you don't. So that's kind of fun. But anyways, I guess I'm about to cut this off. I just wanted to hop on here for a minute and see how things were working, and everything's working good, and I've talked my head off for a hot minute. Where is the ball? Oh, it should be over here. But anyways, I will catch you guys later, and smoke them if you got them, because if you don't, I will.